Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your Planning Outlook video updated on Monday the 15th of October. Things are looking relatively quieter compared to the very active conditions that we've seen recently. Still the risk though of some gales and some rain at times, particularly in Scotland. Largely dry conditions over the next week or so, really, for England and Wales. Temperatures up and down, some chillier days mixed in. We take a look at the charts for the next few days. Here's Tuesday. We've got a front coming in from the Atlantic. A windy day with wind speeds 50 miles per hour or so on the higher Scottish tops. Not quite as strong for the Lake District, but nearing gale force nevertheless. Some rain followed by some showers across Scotland, most of that toward the west. Occasional rain just coming on to western coastal hills in England and Wales, and rather a murky start with the leftovers of a damp atmosphere still in place. Many western mountains then just filled in with cloud from the front coming in from the west. So not a great day. Best of the conditions, I suppose, across the eastern side of the Scottish Highlands. By Wednesday, a weakening front slips away southwards. We've got a brighter picture on offer. Just brief showers across the western coastal Scottish mountains, a few coming inland. A chillier day, though, with temperatures at sub-zero on the higher Scottish Munros and snow falling down to about 900 metres or so, where those showers do occur. But a lot of bright weather, some sunshine, cloud breaks to high tops. Maybe just watching East Wales just to see if that front just produces some low cloud and drizzle there. Maybe the Peak District, but it's a very weak feature, so shouldn't give a great deal. Light winds overall through midweek, and high pressure is building in across the country. A dry day essentially across all areas. Some uncertainty about what level of low cloud may still be left hanging around. There should be good breaks to higher areas. Some early low-level fog is possible in some of the valleys and the glens. A chance that Western Scotland just sees that low cloud coming in and may be stubborn with that flow coming in off the Atlantic, which may come in a bit more extensively into Friday as a weak front moves back in. Rain and drizzle coming on to the northwest highlands, with that a more humid air mass, so filling in with low cloud more readily. The risk of low-level fog is more focused across England and Wales for Friday morning. It stays dry here with a good amount of sunshine, some hazy high cloud developing as the day goes on. Eastern Scotland too, most likely staying dry away from that front. As we head on into the weekend, it looks as though high pressure hangs on towards the south, maintaining dry conditions here, but we've got a southwesterly flow into Scotland and a more high humidity air mass that's coming in, so a lot of low cloud is likely, and some of that might well filter on to Irish Sea coastal hills too, so expect poorer conditions for visibility and drizzly rain across western Scotland, and as those fronts approach from the northwest, it might turn that bit wetter, with windier conditions and the risk of gales across the Scottish Highlands in particular through the weekend. So keep an eye on your forecast details, updated daily at the Mountain Weather Information Service website. These charts then take you a bit further ahead, looking at the bigger picture. The coloured zones is the temperatures at middle layers in the atmosphere, the white isobars, the surface pressure. This is later in the week. There's the southwesterly track that is coming in, so the high humidity air being drawn in from the tropics. Some rain around. We've not quite got the stalled fronts perhaps that we saw in last week, but nevertheless Western Scotland, where those fronts come in, could turn pretty wet at times through the upcoming weekend. High pressure hangs on towards the south, still changeable across more northern regions into early next week, the high eventually parking itself west of us as we go into the early part of next week, ushering some cooler air around from the northwest, so dipping below freezing I would have thought on the higher mountains as we go into early next week. A few showers around, those falling as snow across the higher Scottish tops. I think temperatures will fluctuate a little bit. Cloud cover amounts will vary from day to day as we go through next week, the high more or less staying out to the west of us, so a prevailing west by northwesterly flow across the country, wind speeds perhaps up to gale force locally across Scotland at times, quieter conditions further south across England and Wales, with the scope, perhaps as time goes on, of just trying to draw something around of cooler air more from the north-northwest later on in October, perhaps much chillier conditions if the pressure patterns set up in the right places to draw in that northerly air mass. So looking colder later in the month, with the mountains more commonly below freezing point. We'll keep an eye on that one and update you on those longer range thoughts in the next planning video online on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.